About 9,900 miles and change, a 3403, I think it is, Newmar Baystar Class A gasser just came in here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And this has an interesting story, and it's gonna sound like something I just completely fabricated off the top of my head. But guys, I can't make stuff like this up. So this was owned by a previous Haylett RV customer. They bought a big Jayco Pinnacle front living room fifth wheel from us. They had very nice people, whatever the guy says, he'll tell you what's on his mind, and he will always tell you the truth, good, bad, ugly, or otherwise. And I love people like that because I can respect them. There's nothing fake about him. But he's also just got a really good heart. Not like a gruff old guy, just a nice, fun-loving, salt-of-the-earth kind of person. And they knew some people that had to travel back and forth to the Mayo Clinic. And I don't know the full details of it, but they swapped out their Pinnacle for this Newmar motorhome to help take their friends to the Mayo Clinic and back. And now that that's done, friends are on the mend, they no longer need the coach. So it's a crazy story. Like I said, you're gonna think I made something like that up because it's a hard thing to believe, but I know the guy, and I know he's shooting me straight, and I know that's the details on this one. So short of that, you're getting an RV that's had very little destination use, mostly just driven a fair amount, at a used RV price tag. And due to the fact that it's like a 2016, we might be able to still get you same as new financing. Have to do some checking, but that is within the realm of possibility. Now, one major difference between a towable and a motorized RV is that in a motorized RV, you pretty much got to be able to get to the thing in transit. And this does a very good job of that. So with these opposing slides closed, we can very comfortably just walk right through here. Now, since you have a full rear bathroom, but the master bed kind of cuts things off, although the master bed does remain viable in transit if you need to stop and take a nap or anything like that on a longer trip. You do have a guest or half bath or traveling bathroom right here, so you do maintain full access to any necessary facilities going down the road. And then, you know, when we get there, we just bop these slides open and let the comfort begin. Now, Newmar is primarily known for being a builder of some very nice, highly respected Class A diesel pushers. The Baystar here represents what they would consider to be an entry-level line. This would roughly correspond to something like a, maybe like a Jayco Precept Prestige, the new upgraded Jayco Precept that's coming out here. They each have their little niches, but roughly they're on a pretty even keel here. What's nice is you've got dual section day-night shades going all the way through. We have hardwood cabinet doors and pocket screwed lumber core cabinetry, so keep that in mind. Whereas like a full diesel pusher probably be like hardwood cabinet framing as well. We do still have excellent lighting. We've got double air conditioners, soft touch ceiling liner to knock down a lot of noise in the RV. Being such a late model unit, all your systems and electronics and everything are very modern, very up to date. And when you bump both these slides open, you are greeted with just a very nice, light, warm, welcoming interior. And I tell you what, this is like just Newmar touches. You know, you can tell that they're a diesel pusher builder with just that nice, classy little handrail right when you walk in the door. It's just those little things that kind of separate them. All your windows are going to open for airflow, and something that they did here that I just love is that you'll find household outlets like within the slide boxes. So very nice at your destination if you need to like have a phone charger or something. Being a Class A, of course, your captain's chairs can spin around to kind of expand your living room potential here, which is pretty handy. Very nice if you're socializing with some friends. Power front privacy shade with manual roll down blackout shades. And remember, it's dual section shades throughout. Now when you're on the main sofa, you are just directly across from the entertainment center here, and this is what I refer to as a no-neck wrecker entertainment arrangement. Down below, we have an old classic Dream Dinette set up here where the table goes up and down very easily to form into a sleeper. But one of the things that I like here is that the countertop and the dining tabletop actually match one another, and that's a rare thing. A lot of times when you see like nice solid surface counters like this in the kitchen, you tend to get downscaled dining tabletop, but I don't see that happening here. Now, while we're looking up in the kitchen, we should look at that vent right up there, because that's actually a thermostatically controlled max air vent fan. And that is an expensive piece of equipment. If you've ever priced one of those things out to like aftermarket add into an existing RV, those are not cheap, running several hundreds of dollars. especially the thermostatic models, which can turn on and off depending on the temperature settings that you want them in. So awesome heat exhaustion airflow here. You've got that recessed double sink right there and just maximum storage space below with drawers galore, ladies and gentlemen. I'm eyeballing it here, but that looks like a 10 cubic foot gas electric fridge. Nice traveling friendly fridge with a big pantry beside it. And all of your cabinet drawers have nice hardware, and your doors also have similar hidden hinge cabinetry. You can see they went through all the cabinets and put that little anti-slip stuff in there so that whatever that they had inside this thing wasn't going to necessarily like bounce around in transit. I do want to back up here, make sure I'm not tripping on anything, just to give you a nice panoramic view of it from the other direction. I kind of realize I haven't done that. Nice flooring in this too. That tile flooring is something that you don't tend to see in a gasser. That is more of a diesel item. But once again, you know, these guys, that's where their roots are, so it's probably easier for them and more cost-effective for them to keep using the same materials through the kitchen. Sort of a benefit to you, a trickle down, if you will. Now, as we saw when she was closed up, on the way to the master bathroom, for travel access, you do have a half bath there. What's nice is you have this basically full-length mirror here. So one, it's very nice for being able to get ready, but two, it's going to make the half bath look absolutely enormous, because visually it will seem like it doubles your total space in here. By the way, there's one major defect with this RV. I should have talked about this sooner, and it's right here. Moving on. All right, so half bath. We've got decent linen storage in here, which is nice. And you see you got that full corner cabinet in there that didn't waste anything. Now, even the half bath still has a nicer porcelain stool and excellent leg room in here. And if you need to do like a quick clothing change, you've got plenty of room to do that. Kitchen matching solid surface with yet another stainless sink and a big double vanity in here, and yet another bigger breeze fan, just to make sure you always have good airflow anywhere you're at in the RV. Very, very nicely done. Now, you do have a sliding privacy door, a true pocket door right here, so that it's there when you need it, gone when you don't. Everything in this, the hardware has such a good feel. It's just... it's not built, it's crafted. And I know that sounds cheesy, but that's the feel you get with this thing. But this is really smart right here. The fact that they have bedside stands right on each side of the bed, so phone chargers, CPAP users, whatever. And I'm going to have to double check the specs, but that does look like a 60 by 80 queen. Not a short queen like you find in a lot of coaches. That is more of a rare find. All the original electronics, everything, of course, present and accounted for. You've got excellent, couples closet space. Or, I was actually really surprised. I was about to say hers and hers closet space, but when my wife and I moved into our new home recently, she was surprisingly generous with closet space. So I think I'm gonna retire that one. It's not really a funny joke anyway. You want to talk about organization? Here's the level of organization that previous owners employed. I opened this door, and here was all the stuff all lined up nicely, all the different remotes all together nicely. Now, this thing's got just 100,000 remotes. It'll take you a little bit to figure out where all the buttons go, but the fact is, these folks made sure that you had easy access to everything here, and all the original owner's manuals and everything present and accounted for. Of course, we do have a sliding privacy door here in the bedroom or bathroom as well. Another big Maxxair style or Fantastic fan. I love that big corner cabinet back there, and look at that little first aid kit. That's a smart thing. You know, I should do a video on that. You should have a first aid kit in your camper. That's just common sense and that's smart, and to be fair, I don't think I do either. That being said, I often camp with my mother, who is a nurse practitioner, and if we need something, I mean, she's legally able to perform minor surgeries on the fly, so hey, I guess I don't really always need a first aid kit. But tall ceiling, because this is 7 foot tall inside, means big shower. And I love all the drawers around this bathroom right here. I also love the amount of countertop space on each side of that sink, with more of those easy reach appliance outlets, so that you don't have to have like long cords draping everywhere, which is just, I don't know, it's just annoying, it looks ugly, and it's like cords on things seem to be getting shorter. So anytime I have easy reach outlets, I'm all for it. So you probably realized as much when we were outside the first time, but this is a full body paint package. What is also nice, let's see if we can get a good look at it. If I get right up here by the nose, can we see it? Right there's a good spot. You do see the layer of DuraShield here, so it's like a really heavy-duty sort of layering that goes over the full nose of this thing here, so that if someone does happen to fling a stone or something in transit, it's got that deflective capability rather than, you know, it's not going to scar up the nose or anything, because you don't want to do a lot of touch-up paint if you can help it. What I also like is that just massive viewing front windshield. You really didn't get a good sense for that inside because I had all the shades drawn because it's for camera purposes basically. But you know, when you're at your destination, if you are parked somewhere, especially if you're like overlooking a mountain, a lake, whatever, I mean, you have just a massive scenic viewing machine here. And that also means that going down the road, you've got better visibility as well. Which means that when someone's parked in that, like I drive a little, I call it Korean Mini Cooper, aka Kia Soul. If I'm parked right next to this guy at a stoplight, it's easier for the driver, you know, whoever it might be, to be able to have an easier view of things. Now this does have a full leveling system, by the way. I should have mentioned that inside. Controls are right by the driver, as they typically are. You also notice that we do have slide awning covers here. Now, being a gas model, we don't have full pass-through storage bays because there is a drivetrain that runs through here, but they do have easy access compartments, and I love that these doors are strutted and swing open. So they're very easy to get into. You never have to duck under a swing up door, especially one under a slide out, because those are hard to get to. Now, if these would have swung up, I wouldn't have been surprised, but they don't. Even these kind of, you know, flip open to make life easy. Now you see all those black little fins on the back of this. What are those things? Those are little slip streaming devices. The idea being that it'll catch turbulent wind when you're going down the road, because this thing's a rolling brick. It is not aerodynamically optimized. And basically it'll catch wind and whip it back together, kind of seal the wind back together. And the idea there is enhanced stability and allegedly better gas mileage. I've never tried it, but I've talked to people who have put that on their RVs before, and they swear by it. So I'm willing to buy into it. You know, I tend to go off of consumer experience more than just theoretical, you know, mumbo jumbo. So if somebody tells me they felt that's true, well, I'm going to be inclined to go along with it. Now this is on a Ford chassis, Triton V10 power plant, which means you should have about a 5,000 pound tow capacity behind this. Pretty common for a Ford chassis. We're a little close here, so pardon me if I don't have all the baggage doors open. I do want to be able to get through everything. Oh, you need to look at the tires. I want you folks to get to see that there are no irregular, funky tire patterns or anything like that. You know, plenty of tread left on these. 9,900 miles, not terrible. Original tires, Michelin's, but again, it's 2016, so saying original tires is different from a 2000 model year or anything like that. And triple entry step, and that is pretty nice there. That makes coming and going very easily, and what that means is that you don't have any sort of like interior bucket step where you could maybe kind of, at least not as dramatic of one, where you could maybe step into it by accident and, you know, like slip onto a step, twist your ankle or something. So just a little bit safer inside, a little bit easier to navigate. This time of year, this is how most used RV motorhomes tend to look. You know, they've been out all summer. We're approaching the fall camping season, which is my personal favorite time to camp because the weather is just beautiful, and the parks are not quite as occupied once all the kiddos are back to school. Walking around up here, everything generally looks pretty good, and I actually see good preventative care, upkeep, and maintenance. Like, if you look around this skylight, the dark stuff's the original factory sealant, but where it had been kind of, it had started to sort of form little ditches and whatnot before it was a full-on leak. You want to be proactive and preventative, you do a little touch-up bead like that. So this has been upkept the exact way it's supposed to, and it's obviously been cleaned a time or two. It just could use a quick little hose brooming right now. Now they put a very nice big dish system on here, and all the hardware, all the remotes. This is part of the reason this thing has about 4,000 remote controls. All the dish hookup stuff is actually located in the overhead cabinet above the driver's area there. So overall, looks good. Looks like I want it to. And while we're up here, nice easy point to get to see how your main awning here, well, I guess, you know, I say main awning because you have slide awnings, but your patio awning, there we go, does have an aluminum shield on it to keep it protected from the sun so that it doesn't just deteriorate from weather exposure. And that pretty much sums her up, guys. So, I mean, you know, whether it's hitching pieces, parts, trades financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between, we do it all here at Haylett RV. So, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.